Thank you for joining the video for the Compass Sherpa Equipment Export-Import feature. This feature allows the Compass administrator to easily import new equipment into the Compass Sherpa Equipment Pricebook, as well as make changes to the existing equipment, all through the use of an Excel spreadsheet. To access the Equipment Pricebook and the Export-Import feature, go to the Administration menu and select Item Pricing. You will see an Item button on the top toolbar for the selection to then either import or export your equipment pricing. If you select to export, you have a couple of options. You can either export a blank spreadsheet from using the blank template button down below, which would then allow you to import a whole new set of equipment into the system. Or if you'd like to export any existing equipment from your price book, you will first choose the region, then the manufacturer, and then load the models, at which point you can then choose which devices you'd like to export. You can either select individual machines, or down below there is an All button to select all of the equipment. You can then export this list of equipment to make changes to it, or even import any new equipment on that spreadsheet once it's been pulled up. To do so, I'm going to click the Export button, and it's going to pop up a warning that I shouldn't open Excel or the export will fail. Basically, it's telling me to just wait. So go ahead and click OK. And depending on how many models you need to export will determine your export time. Once the export is complete, an Excel file will open up on the taskbar of your computer. Go ahead and open the Excel spreadsheet, and from here you can begin to make any changes and add new equipment. Once in the spreadsheet, the green row will let you know the description of the database field. The blue row lets you know if this field is available for a model with an M or an accessory with an A. The orange row lets you know the actual field name in Compass. Keep in mind that you can add rows, but do not add any columns to the spreadsheet or reorder any of the columns that are in place in any way. Also, columns B and C contain Compass system-generated ID numbers. Do not remove the ID numbers from these columns or you will create duplicates within your equipment price book. To make any changes, just go to the fields that you would like to change and go ahead and type in the corresponding changes. If you'd like to add any new equipment, you can scroll to the bottom of your spreadsheet. Let's go back to the front here. And you can go ahead and add new equipment on any of the blank rows. You'll want to follow the same setup that we see here, as far as it's going to start with the model first, and then underneath that it'll list any corresponding accessories that belong to that model. So in your case for adding new equipment, you would do the same thing. You would put the model first, and then in the corresponding rows, go ahead and add any accessories that belong to that model. Just make sure that when you're adding any new equipment that you keep columns B and C blank, because upon import, Compass will automatically create those system-generated ID numbers for that equipment. When using the system to import, there are also a few required fields that you should know about. Column A, which is the type of item, provides a drop-down for you to select from, either model or accessory. If you try to type in your own word and then tab through, it's not going to allow it. Make sure you choose from the drop-down when there is a drop-down available. Also, if we scroll over to column AC, that is the column that indicates the region. And you must type in the region exactly how it is in Compass for any of the main models. Notice the accessories don't need a region, simply the model itself. If you don't type it in the exact spelling as what Compass shows, then when you go to import the equipment pricing, you'll get an error. So once you've entered in all your changes and added any new equipment, you're then good to import this spreadsheet using the import option in Compass. But first we'll need to save our spreadsheet. So if we want to go ahead and just save it to a location of your choice, I'll put mine on my desktop. Equipment import. You can then go ahead and close your file. And then back in Compass, you'll go back up to the item button, and this time select to import the item. Go ahead and browse to your file. Mine is on the desktop here. And then depending, from here you can go ahead and click import. And then depending on how many items that you're looking to import will of course again determine your import speed. So we'll go ahead and let this finish up. And then once this is done, I'll be able to see in this box here everything being displayed of what is about to import back into Compass. That way I can get a nice preview before I'm ready to go ahead and do the final import. After reviewing, if everything looks good, you can then go ahead and click Update, and you'll be prompted to type in the word yes, confirm that you agree to move forward. Click OK. It then tells me that my import is complete, so I'll click OK again. My import is now complete. Basically now at this point, any changes I have made, as well as any equipment that I have added, are now available in my item pricing for the reps to configure and price out in the Solutions Configurator. Please note that any equipment that needs to be deleted cannot be done by using the spreadsheet. Removing equipment will still need to be done using the Delete Model button under the Model drop-down selection here. The spreadsheet will only allow to add or modify what is in the actual spreadsheet. Thank you very much for joining the video on exporting and importing equipment.